From the Blaine Baseball Complex, it's time for the Section 4A quarterfinals here on North Metro TV. And tonight we have a matchup of the 7th seeded and the visitors Duluth East Greyhounds against the 2 seed Blaine Bengals. Good evening, everyone. I'm Bill Hupp. Happy to be bringing you tonight's ball game. Blaine comes in with a lot of expectations into this Section 7 play. They're the 2 seed in the section. Centennial's the 3 seed. They're trailing top-seeded Andover, and they'll go with one of their better pitchers today on the bump in senior A.J. Call, the senior quarterback and starting guard as well. Also a star in baseball, as you see his numbers there, 3-0 on the season in 31 2/3 innings pitched, 3.59 ERA, and an excellent strikeout to walk ratio at 25-7. So you see the Blaine defense left to right in the outfield, Isaac Moyne, Elliott Bush, and Benny McDonald. On the infield, left to right, Joey Powers, Adam Pooter, Ethan Pettis, and Damon Temke. And then the battery of Joe Beckman and A.J. Call. For Duluth East, the Greyhounds will lead it off with Dylan Cole, the shortstop. Batting second, Dean Hudoba, the third baseman. In the third spot, Charlie Sutherland, the center fielder. Dylan Manchester, the first baseman, will bat cleanup. Dane Fladmark will bat fifth. Joe Nix, sixth. Cade Fladmark in the seventh spot, playing left field. Bjorn Lind, the pitcher, will bat eighth. And initially, first pitch is fouled on back. And batting ninth for the Greyhounds this afternoon, Dylan Teachworth, the catcher. An overcast gray day, temperatures in the low 70s as we get started here, and this pitch fouled off down the right side, and they'll watch it go foul. So quickly, Call finds himself ahead in the count, 0-2. These two teams met in the final regular season game last year, Blaine coming away with a 5-4 victory. The 0-2, outside corner called, strike three. So A.J. Call sets down the first batter via the looking strikeout, and that'll bring up the third baseman, Dean Hudoba. Call, 26 strikeouts as that's bounced right back to Call on the pitcher's mound. He jogs it over and throws it to first base for the first out. For the second out, I should say. Put out goes 1-3. And that'll bring up the number 3 hitter, Charlie Sutherland, standing in from the left side. A little bit of a breeze here on this cool and overcast afternoon. That pitch lined past the diving second baseman into left field, and Sutherland is aboard with a ringing single. So there goes the no-hit bid for A.J. Call in the first inning. Winner of this game will play Centennial or Coon Rapids, the 3-6 matchup taking place this afternoon over in Circle Pines. 2-7 matchup here. Call gets the bender over for a strike. Dylan Manchester, first baseman, junior, stands in from the right side. Bengals have really become a baseball powerhouse. Runner goes, and it's fouled off down the right field line, foul. A little hit and run on as you see that sleeve on the right hand to protect the dive. Damon Temke holding the runner over at first. Call checks the runner, goes back to first, trying to keep Sutherland close. Call retired the first two before giving up a single to Sutherland. 0-2 the count here to Manchester. The pitch. And he thought he had it on the outside corner, started to walk off, but just outside. We know Call's got a good arm. Obviously, we said the 3-year starter on the football team. Perfect 3-0 record coming in. The pitch wrapped to second base. Up with it, over to first. Pettis makes the play, and the side is retired. We'll keep it here and show you the batting order for Blaine and the defensive alignment for Duluth East. After that putout was recorded 4-3. 1 hit, 1 left on base, but no runs. Like we said, Blaine has been a powerhouse between 2016 and 2019 or 2020. They've made 4 of 5 state tournaments. Obviously, 2020 was a COVID year that was canceled. And then last year they fell, upset by Anoka and Coon Rapids. Bjorn Lind, the starting pitcher this afternoon for Duluth East, wearing number 3. The sophomore with a big task going up against this team in Blaine that was 9th in the rankings, the last ones that came out. Duluth East, left to right, you have the Fladmark brothers, Cade and Dane, in the corner outfield spots with Charlie Sutherland in center field. Dean Hudoba is at third base, Dylan Cole shortstop, second base Joe Nick, and Dylan Manchester at first base. Now we'll take a look at the Blaine Bengals lineup. Pooter, McDonald, Temke, the first 3, Ethan Pettis, Joey Powers, Jackson Koenig, the designated hitter today, Isaac Moyne, Joe Beckman, and Elliot Bush. Rounding out the order for Blaine. They'll start with one of their more reliable hitters and reliable players, period, in Adam Pooter, who stands in from the right side. Pooter, .348 hitter on the season, 8 RBIs, 5 doubles, leads the team with 24 hits. To face Bjorn Lind. Chatter starting early from the Blaine dugout. Lind rocks and fires and gets the called strike on the outside corner. See Pooter's numbers, the junior shortstop, also a fixture on the blue line for the Bengals hockey team. The pitch, and that bender gets over for strike 2. So both pitchers in the early going throwing strikes. The 0-2. That one taken wide. It'll be Pooter, McDonald, and Temke in the first inning for Blaine. The pitch swung on and missed, dropped third strike, but they throw to first, and the out is recorded. So Pooter goes down on strikes, just like his counterpart Dylan Cole did. That brings up Benny McDonald. McDonald, slightly open stance from the left side. That pitch is taken high. McDonald on the season, a .370 hitter, 4 RBIs, 6 walks, leads the team with a .485 on-base percentage. Good table setter at the top of the order for Blaine. The 1-0 taken for a strike. That curveball very snappy right now in the early going for Lind. Really has a bender. Back up the middle to the second baseman, over to first, dug out in time, and a nice play made over there at second by Joe Nick. Nick was positioned well, looked like it had the chance to go right back up the box, but Nick made the play. 4-3 the put out, and the first 2 hitters in the Blaine order are retired. Brings up Damon Temke, also hitting from the left side. Temke, 312 average coming in, 13 RBIs, and he leads the team with 7 doubles. So real good power numbers for the big slugging first baseman. And he takes that curveball high. There you see Temke, 20 hits, 313 average. And he hits it, a ringing single past the stretching shortstop in Cole, and Damon Temke is aboard, raising that average with 2 outs, 1 on. That brings up the cleanup hitter, Ethan Pettis. Pettis also one of the main pitchers for Blaine. He digs in with a 354 average, a homer, 14 RBIs, and a couple triples. He takes that first pitch, that fastball outside. There you see the numbers, the 317 average, 20 hits on the season. Feels like 63 at bats. Not a lot at this point in the season, but Blaine comes in having played 20 games. 14-6 on the season for the Bengals. Lynn checks the runner, and then he'll go and get Temke back. Bengals all on the top step of that dugout. That pitch bounced in there. Temke's going to take off, and he'll reach second safely. The throw was late. No official scores, so not sure if that'd be a passed ball or what, but regardless, Temke advances to second, and now the Bengals have a runner in scoring position with 2 out, and the count 2-0 in favor of Ethan Pettis. That pitch taken low, and Pettis has run the count to 3-0. Early scoring opportunity for Blaine. That pitch taken low, and it's a 4-pitch walk, and Pettis is aboard. And now first and second with 2 out. Catcher Dylan Teachworth jogging out to talk to his pitcher. Didn't get to finish that before, but it's Bjorn Lind on the mound and Dylan Teachworth behind the plate for this young Duluth East team, which comes in with a record of 5-9. It's had 4 games canceled due to inclement weather and then never rescheduled. Shortstop Cole trying to keep Temke close. It's fouled straight back. Powers playing third base today. We're in the bottom of the first. That pitch taken wide to even the count at a ball and a strike with 2 on and 2 out. There you see Powers' numbers, 278 on the season, 8 RBI. A lot of contributors in this Blaine lineup, up and down. Lind takes too long and the ump calls time. Temke really bothering Lind back there, dancing off second base. The pitch. That curveball called out on the outside corner. Powers didn't like it. Did look maybe a tad off the plate, but ump's been giving that call in the early going. Runs the count to 1-2. And Lind's been throwing that curveball for strikes. Pitch taken inside this time. Lind trying to work both sides of the plate. Two out, 2 runners on, counts 2-2. Pitch swung on and missed. And Powers goes down on strikes, and Lind pitches around the damage. After one, no score here from the Blaine Baseball Complex on North Metro TV.
There's so many rewards in life. You coming into our home was one of the greatest rewards we could have ever had.
You know, it took 20 years, and I got my third child, who was 17 at the time.
It's so cool to watch the adult that you've become, and you really have done as much for us as you think we've done for you.
So A.J. Call goes back to work after Blaine put 2 on but could not do any more damage. We'll face the 5, 6, and 7 hitters in the order, and you see Powers just reaching for that outside pitch, and he knew he chased one. Not happy with lack of productivity in that spot. But 1 inning of work, and A.J. Call goes back to work. Already with a strikeout, he's given up a hit, struck out a batter, and he'll face the Fladmark brothers, Dane and Cade, in the second inning. It'll be Dane to start things off. Joe Nick will be in between those 2 brothers. Dane, the left fielder. And he swings and misses at that pitch. Calls 0-1. Is taken outside for a ball. Blaine, the very beginning of what they hope will be a deep playoff run. That taken on the outside corner. Good fastball from A.J. Call, and he finds himself ahead in the count, 1-2. Bounced in there to even the count at 2 apiece. The 2-2. Taken low, and A.J. Call, you can see grimacing. Knew he missed one there. 26 strikeouts and 7 walks on the season. Not the best strikeout to walk ratio on the team, but pretty good. The full count pitch. Hit out to right field, and that'll get down in front of the right fielder, McDonald. So 2 singles, and the leadoff hitter in the second inning reaches.
Second baseman number 10, Joe Nick.
It'll bring up the second baseman, Joe Nick. Very right-handed heavy lineup against this right-handed starter. So now Call has to pitch from the stretch. And he pumps that one over for a strike. Nick, the sophomore second baseman, a part of this young Greyhounds team that should only get better under manager Chris Silgendahl. The pitch. And that's hit out to McDonald in right. Makes the catch for the first out. So that'll bring up Cade Fladmark with his brother Dane standing at first base. Cade stepping in from the left side. And Call steps off. wrapped foul past first base. Cade, just a sophomore. Brother Dane, a senior. We said one of several sophomore starters in this lineup. Call's pitch is called, strike. Thought it was going to be taken low, but they gave the strike at the knees. And A.J. Call quickly finds himself ahead in the count, 0-2. One on, one out. The 0-2 pitch swung on and missed. And Cade Fladmark goes down on strikes. Second strikeout of the game for A.J. Call, first swinging. And after giving up a leadoff single in the top of the second, he's retired the last two. He had that short slide step, but still had plenty of power to get him that high fastball. First pitch swinging underneath the glove of a diving Powers and into left field. So two singles in the inning have runners at first and second with two out. Bjorn Lind, the pitcher, showing he can handle the bat as well as pitch. So that'll bring up the catcher, Dylan Teachworth. Senior catcher stands in with two out and two aboard. He looks at a called strike. Bengals playing Teachworth straight away, even across the infield. Curveball bends it across for a strike. Call has been getting ahead of each of these hitters, but Duluth East has managed to find the gaps in the Bengals defense for three singles in the first two innings. Call comes set and delivers the 0-2. Swung on and missed. And A.J. Call pitches around danger again. Two hits, two left on. We go to the bottom of the second. Still scoreless here at the Blaine Baseball Complex.
When I got the opportunity to get her, there wasn't no choice. I told myself, I'm gonna take custody of my daughter. It's my baby. That's what we're supposed to do as men. Take care of our home, build a foundation, you know what I'm saying? Love. Our money, she's my purpose. I'm here to walk with her, hold her hand until she can walk alone. Ain't nothing like being a father in this world.
Bottom of the second will be started by Jackson Koenig, the designated hitter. A lot of hits and a lot of strikeouts so far through the first inning and a half. Koenig, the designated hitter. As you see that last strikeout, Koenig, or Call rather, reaching back, and on that 0-2 firing it past the catcher, Dylan Teachworth. It'll be Jackson Koenig, Isaac Moyne, and Joe Beckman. 6, 7, 8 in the order against Bjorn Lind. He's got a base hit and a couple strikeouts. 2 Ks and a walk in that first inning for Lind.
Batting for the Bengals, the designated hitter, number 14, Jackson Koenig.
Now Jackson Koenig standing in from the left side with that bright orange and blue bat. Slightly open stance from the left side, and he takes that delivery wide for a ball. Koenig, 273 hitter on the season, 15 hits, 10 RBI. Pops it up on the infield. The shortstop, Cole, camped underneath it, and he puts the squeeze on it for out number 1.
For the Bengals, left fielder number 12, Isaac Blaine.
So that'll bring up Isaac Moyne. Moyne on the season, a 263 hitter with 6 RBIs and 5 stolen bases to lead the team. And he looks at the first pitch high. 6 RBI for Moyne, just his 20th at bat of the season. And he fouls one straight back. Moyne, a defensive back in football. Also plays on the basketball team. The 1-1. That's taken low for a ball. Checks up that swing as the count runs to 3-1. Lynn's pitch, that pumped over for a strike. Saw in that first inning especially, Lynn can definitely get the strikes as Moyne calls time. A lot of baseball action here in the opening round of the playoffs. The 3-2 pitch is taken low, and Isaac Moyne is aboard with a walk. Second issued free pass by Lynn. So both pitchers have now faced base runners in each of the first 2 innings. Prior Lake over Bloomington Jefferson, 11-2. We'll give scores as they come in. International Falls took care of Duluth Marshall, another Duluth school. Duluth Marshall, a baseball powerhouse, but they fell 13-4 this afternoon. Popped up by Joe Beckman, the catcher on the infield. Drifting back and catching it is Manchester, and so the runner does not advance. Beckman swinging on the first pitch. So it'll be up to Elliott Bush to try to keep the inning going. As Bush stands in, hitting .208 on the season, 10 hits, and 6 knocked in, standing close to the plate. Check of the runner at first. Adam Puder would be next, as that's taken on the outside corner for a called strike. Both pitchers have been pretty accurate. I mean, outside of the walks. Getting ahead in the count as that's bounced in. Nice block by the catcher, Teachworth. Runner at first, 2 out, 1-1 the count. And shakes off the sign, and then a check of the runner. Elliott Bush, the 9-hitter, stands in. Runner goes, and no throw. Isaac Moyne swipes his 6th base of the season. And that swinging strike. So Moyne stands at second base with the count 1-2 on Elliott Bush. Bengals center fielder takes a called ball on the outside. Even when Lind is missing, it's not by much. When he is missing, he's very often bouncing in those breaking balls, giving Teachworth a real workout. The pitch is swung on, and they're going to say he got a piece of it, so Bush stays alive. Counts 2-2, 2 out, and a runner stands on second. The pitch. Curveball taken just high. Duluth East fans wanted it, but instead the count runs full. The 3-2, it's roped to short. Backhanded by Cole over to first, stretch, and they beat it out. Elliott Bush, speedster, gets down the line in a hurry. It wasn't hit that hard, and so Cole had to go deep in the hole, made the play, but despite the stretch of Manchester at first, Bush was able to beat it out for an infield single, and now there's runners at the corners for the leadoff hitter, Adam Pooter. As you see here, Bush getting out of the box quickly, and you see how fast he is. A good pick and a quick release, and Manchester stretched, but it wasn't enough. Now Bush will go, tries to steal second, he's safe. Elliott Bush had come in, having been caught stealing 5 times in 6 attempts, but he gets his second stolen base of the season there, and now there's 2 runners in scoring position. Bengals being aggressive on the base paths in the early going. Pooter struck out swinging in the first. A real opportunity with 2 runners in scoring position and 2 outs. Lynn's pitch, and Pooter hits it to Manchester at first, who makes a diving play. And the out is recorded and the side retired. To the third we go. Still scoreless here in Blaine.
Multiple studies have shown that marijuana can slow both driver reaction and response time, which can be really dangerous. He's here. He's here. Wait. What? I can't drive. Why? My. Oh.
Good crowd on hand here at the Blaine Baseball Complex, Section 7 Quadruple A quarterfinals. AJ Caw goes back to work. 3 strikeouts and no walks. 3 strikeouts and 3 singles allowed for Caw in the first 2 innings. And the leadoff hitter, Dylan Cole, strides to the plate. He was one of those strikeout victims. Caught looking in his first plate appearance. The sophomore shortstop stands in. Shortstop, very important position, but talented Cole as he loops that into center field, and it'll drop down just behind the second baseman for a leadoff single. Well, you know that Call is going to be around the strike zone, so instruction probably is to go up there swinging, and wasn't the hardest hit ball, but just kind of dumped it into right center field, and leadoff hitter is aboard for the Greyhounds here in the third. Turning and squaring to bunt, but foul, is Dean Hudoba. Third baseman grounded out to AJ Caw in the first. Check of the runner at first. Duluth East has not initiated the ground game, the running game, I should say. whereas Blaine has swiped 2 bases. Call's pitch is fouled off down the right field side. McDonald gives chase, but runs out of room. But again, Call finds himself ahead in the count. Dylan Cole stands at first base. Call has allowed singles in each of the first 3 innings. The 0-2 pitch taken high, really employing that slide step to make sure that the runner doesn't give any kind of advantage. Pitch is again fouled off to the right side. Center fielder Charlie Sutherland on deck. Call checks the runner at first. The pitch called, strike 3 on the outside corner. Hudobah looked down to the third like he wasn't expecting it, but that outside corner has been called all night. And A.J. Call, we talked about singles and strikeouts. That's been the theme of the day, and he's allowed a single, and now he records a strikeout. As you see, kind of sitting up there, good frame job by Beckman, really holds that tight on the corner, gives the ump a good look as that curveball's bent over for a strike. Charlie Sutherland, the junior center fielder, reached on a single in the first and was stranded. Beckman pretty tough to run on. Tries to hold it there, doesn't get the benefit of the strike call that time. Beckman has thrown out 5 of 17 attempted base stealers this season. 23% of runners attempting to steal. Catches that one low. One on, one out. Call worked around a leadoff single in the second inning as well. The 2-1 pitch, swung on and missed. Big cut by Sutherland. Evens the count at 2 apiece. Call trying to work around a leadoff single. That one was never accurate as he started high and finished high. Runs the count full. Call has not had too many full counts by my reckoning. I think this is his first. He comes set and delivers. Swung on and missed. Strike 3. 2 straight strikeouts. And all of a sudden, that runner still stands at first base. Call with 2 big Ks to keep the runner at first. Brings up the cleanup hitter, Dylan Manchester. As you see that pitch right here, just a fastball with pinpoint accuracy right at the knees. Call's 5th strikeout of the afternoon. Brings up the cleanup hitter, Dylan Manchester. First baseman grounded out to second baseman Ethan Pettis in the first. He looks at a called strike. Call now with 32 strikeouts on the season against 7 walks. One taken outside. Seems to be missing with his breaking stuff, but pinpoint with his fastball. Two strikeouts looking, 3 swinging. The pitch is lofted out, and that's going to get down in right field. Waving him home and coming in to score on a ringing double. Dylan Cole scores all the way from first on a double to right center field by Dylan Manchester, and Duluth East takes a 1-0 lead. So the RBI double for Dylan Manchester as he just reached out and swung at that low pitch. The runner was going on the pitch, so a perfect use of hit and run. You see it was bobbled out there momentarily, and that allowed the runner to come around and score standing up. So the RBI double by Dylan Manchester allows the Greyhounds to strike first. That one out to center field. Bush is under it, puts the squeeze on it for out number 3. But Duluth East, 2 hits and a run. They've taken a 1-0 lead as we head to the bottom of the 3rd. Dylan Manchester, the first baseman, cleanup hitter, a big base knock, RBI base knock, and you see the numbers there. 1 run on 5 hits. Greyhounds had a hit in the first, 2 in the second, 2 in the third, and they have a 1-0 lead as we head to the bottom of the 3rd. It'll be the 2, 3, 4 in the order for the Bengals. Benny McDonald, Damon Temke, and Ethan Pettis. McDonald stands in from the left side. He grounded out to the second baseman, Nick, in the first inning. Sprays that to right field, and it'll be dropped down foul. Here you go, here you go. Bjorn Lind has done some good work today. That one's popped up, drifting back. The shortstop, in comes the center fielder, and Sutherland makes the catch for the first out. So McDonald pops out to the center fielder, Sutherland, and Damon Temke is up. Standing in from the left side. First pitch sprayed down the left field line, foul. Temke singled in the first inning and then was stranded at second. The pitch again fouled off Temke a little bit late on that swing. Blaine with some work to do against the 7th seed, trailing 1-0. The 0-2 pitch, way high. Teachworth had to reach up for that one. Lynn's 1-2. And that one is dribbled foul down the right field line this time. Temke, one of the big power hitters in this Blaine lineup. One out, nobody on. That hit into left field and snagged nicely by the shortstop Cole. Joe Cole, the sophomore, tracked it, reached up and snared it as it was tailing away from him. It was quickly 2 outs in the inning. So you see a nice play by Cole to reach out, make a fine running catch. So Ethan Pettis stands in. Pettis walked and was stranded at first. Second baseman batting cleanup this afternoon for Blaine. Pitch swung on and missed. That was a tailing fastball in on the hands of Pettis. And quickly finds himself down in the count, 0-2. Then bounces in a curveball. Pettis takes high to even the count at 2. In case you just joined us, Duluth East had a leadoff single and then an RBI double with 2 outs as Pettis swings and misses and goes down on strikes. Lynn sets him down in order. We head to the 4th. Blaine trails it by 1.
Lino Lakes is the gateway to the metro area, just minutes north of Minneapolis and St. Paul. Conveniently located on I-35W, this growing city still maintains its North Country feel. Lino Lakes is a safe, fun, and affordable community that values its award-winning schools. Outdoor lovers will discover miles of hiking, biking, and water trails. Growing businesses will find premier development opportunities with great freeway visibility and ready to help your businesses grow. Come to live, work, and play in Lino Lakes.
Joe Nick, Cade Fladmark, and Bjorn Lind. Bottom of the order, set to face A.J. Call, who has not had a clean inning yet. He's hoping to bounce back after giving up the game's only run in that 3rd. Set the Greyhounds down in order. He's given up a leadoff single each of the last 2 innings, so big hitter coming up in Joe Nick, who flew out to right fielder Benny McDonald in his first plate appearance. Call rocks and fires, and it's hit off of Beckman, and hopefully he's okay. Going to give Beckman a second to gather himself. It's one of those ones that caught him in the right place. Consulting with the trainer. Seems to be doing all right. Manager Ted Erickson also in on the conversation. It's always nice to buy a few seconds for the catcher. Beckman's done a fantastic job defensively behind the dish tonight, framing pitches. Nick with that low crouch, takes that pitch low. Kind of your prototypical second baseman as Call bounces that one in. No one warming up in either pen so far. Nick, another one of those sophomore starters, along with his infield partner, Dylan Cole, double play partner. And he swings through that one, and the count evens at 2. The pitch, curveball, missed. looked pretty good from our vantage point, but the count runs full. Last full count that Call faced, Manchester hit a double. Swung on and missed. He gets the K there. And he starts off the inning the way he wanted to by retiring Joe Nick. Strikeouts in each of the first 4 innings for A.J. Call. His 6th of the day. No walks yet. So now he faces Cade Vladmark. And Vladmark ropes that one down the right field line. Foul. Vladmark struck out swinging in the second. Sophomore left fielder standing in from the left side. That's bounced on the ground to the first baseman. Up with it, flips to Call in time. And a nice job by Temke to get it over there. Good job by Call to cover. And quickly, there are 2 out in the inning. 3-1 the putout. So that brings up the pitcher, Bjorn Lind. Lind singled in the second and then was stranded at first. Call rocks and fires and bounces one in there. Both pitchers somewhat struggling for grip on some of those breaking balls, but both have also spotted the curveball pretty well too. That's hit out deep into right center field, and Lind aboard for the 2nd time this afternoon with a single. You need to move him up in the order at this rate, batting in the 7th spot, or the 8th spot I should say. He's 2 for 2. How about his day? 2 for 2, and he's held the powerful Blaine lineup in check through the first 3 innings. So that'll bring up the catcher, Dylan Teachworth. Teachworth struck out swinging to end the 2nd inning in his only plate appearance of the afternoon. Check of the runner as got a pinch runner for the pitcher, Lind. Again, Duluth East has not activated the running game, though. But we'll see if they do it here with the pinch runner fouled on back behind our broadcast position. Really is a beautiful afternoon for baseball. Great crowd on hand here at the Blaine Baseball Complex. .68 and a little overcast as another foul ball runs the count to 0-2. Call would love to pick up his 7th strikeout of the game and end the inning right here. That is roped right at the 3rd baseman, and Powers makes the nice play to retire the side. 1 hit, 1 left, no runs. Blaine still needs one themselves as we go to the 4th.
Come to Ham Lake and see how good life can be. Conveniently located only 20 miles north of the Twin Cities on Highway 65, yet Ham Lake has kept its rural charm. Residents of Ham Lake enjoy 1-acre minimum lots, giving you space to live with abundant natural green spaces and recreational activities like boating, fishing, golf, disc golf, camping and playgrounds, and tons of seasonal fun all year round. Ham Lake is home to one of the top school districts with consistent high scores in standardized testing and community ratings. Ham Lake is a business-friendly city and willing to work with businesses and developers of all sizes. Whether you are just starting out or looking to grow, Ham Lake has the business opportunities you've been waiting for. Life in Ham Lake moves a little slower, and that's the way we like it. Ham Lake offers space to live, to to grow, and space to relax. Come visit Ham Lake and see for yourself what you are missing. Ham Lake is convenient country living.
Blaine held to 2 hits through the first 3 innings. Duluth East has had runners on base each of the 4. Still only lead at 1-0 though. A.J. Call has struck out 6 and scattered 6 hits, but has given up that run. And now Joey Powers, the 5th hitter, leads things off here in the 4th. He struck out swinging to end the 1st with 2 runners on. And he stands in against Bjorn Lind. He was 2 for 2 at the plate and has pitched a whale of a ball game so far. Lind has only racked up 2 strikeouts and walked 2, but he's managed to pitch around trouble. He had a 1-2-3 inning in the 3rd. 2-1 the count here to Powers. It'll be Powers, Koenig, and Moyne. That curveball misses high. Powers ahead in the count now, 3-1. Bengals would love to get the leadoff runner aboard. The pitch lined over the shortstop's head into center field. A ringing single to start things off for Joey Powers. Brings up the designated hitter, Jackson Koenig. He led off the 2nd by popping out to the shortstop, Joe Cole. Koenig, open stance from the left side with a runner aboard. Leadoff single for the 3rd baseman, Joey Powers, after he recorded the last out of the 4th inning. The Greyhounds 4th. That pitch taken high. You can see Lynn kind of pawing at that landing spot, sort of looking at it funny. Beautifully maintained and manicured field here at the baseball complex in Blaine. Check of the runner at first. Blaine has been active in the running game. In the 2nd inning, they stole 2 bases to get runners at 2nd and 3rd, but then Adam Pooter lined out to the shortstop. That pitch delivered low. And again, Lind falls behind in the count. You only play 7 innings. It starts to get late, early. Koenig takes that offering for a called strike. Pitch taken high. Duluth East fans wanted that, but I think it was the right call. 3-1. And again, Lind has gone 3-1 in the first 2 hitters. That pitch fouled on back behind the Blaine dugout. Runs it full. But the Bengals at least seeing more pitches and making Lind work. The 3-2 pitch, swung on and missed, and Koenig chased a high inside one that was probably ball 4. Big strikeout, just the 3rd of the afternoon for Lind. That'll bring up Isaac Moyne, who walked, stole a base, but was stranded at 3rd in the 2nd inning. Ultimately, he just wanted to move the runner along, so good job by Lind to come back from 3-1 to get Koenig. This is the first inning in which Lind has allowed the leadoff runner to reach. Outside, bluff to first, but again, Moyne gets ahead 2-0. Very anxious about the runner Powers. The pitch gets past the catcher Teachworth, and that'll allow Powers to move up to second base. And I believe that'll be a passed ball as Teachworth didn't move his feet well enough, kind of just tried to glove it, and it went underneath his glove and allowed Powers to move up. So Powers stands at second with one out. The count 2-1. Taken on the outside corner for a called strike. Moyne didn't like it. Runs the count to 2 apiece. If I were a pitcher, I'd just be living out there because that's gotten called all day. Swung on and missed. A very defensive swing from Moyne. I think he got a piece, but it was right into Teachworth's mitt. So when I talked about Lind having just 2 strikeouts, he's got 2 in this inning. Able to pitch around the leadoff single for Blaine, and Moyne, very tentative looking swing as he goes down on strikes. Two straight swinging strikeouts. Brings up Joe Beckman, the catcher, who popped out to the first baseman in his only plate appearance. He looks at a called strike. Someone needs to get a timely hit. Blaine has stranded a couple base runners this afternoon. Credit to Bjorn Lind, the Duluth East pitcher. He's come on the road, looked very poised, and gotten big pitches when he's needed them. Lind comes set. The pitch swung on and missed. Beckman can't catch up to the heater, and he finds himself behind in the count, 1-2. 2 on, a runner at second base. Blaine trails by 1. The pitch, Lind falls down, but it's still a called third strike on the outside corner. So after giving up a leadoff single, Bjorn Lind strikes out the side. To the 5th inning we go. Blaine trails it 1-0. Game summary so far from the Blaine Baseball Complex. And it's been a lot of defense. A.J. Call making the play here. A couple steals in the second inning for Blaine, but a lot of strikeouts and timely ones at that by Bjorn Lind and A.J. Call. That one, the single gets Cole aboard to lead off the inning. A couple strikeouts in between. And then a big blow by Dylan Manchester into the right center field gap. Scores Cole from first. And that's the lone run of the game so far. Duluth East has a 1-0 lead as we start the 5th inning. A.J. Call still out there. He's pitched a pretty good ball game so far. He has surrendered a base hit in every inning, but he's managed to scatter those hits for the most part, as he's racked up 6 strikeouts.
Top of the order for the Greyhounds, number 2, Dylan Cole.
Speaking of Call, as you see there, 4 innings pitched, 6 hits, 6 strikeouts. for the senior co-captain. And he faces Dylan Cole, who led off the third with a single and came around to score the game's only run on that 2-out huge double by Dylan Manchester. Cole, as you see, 1 for 2 today for the sophomore shortstop. Call misses low and falls behind in the count, 2-0. A run on 6 hits, no errors for Duluth East, no runs, 3 hits, and no errors for Blaine. No activity in either bullpen. The starters cruising along through this one. Cole's 2-0 and calls 2-0, and Cole swung and missed through that one. Behind on the off-speed pitch. And he hits that out to center field, going back on it and making the catch is Bush after initially coming in. Elliot Bush raising his hands. He's got the speed to recover from those kind of mistakes, and so the fly out for the first out of the inning brings up the 2-hitter, Dean Hudoba. So I will say for Duluth East, a couple times they've ended the inning with an out as that's wrapped on the ground to the shortstop. Pooter up with it, over to first, and the second out quickly recorded in this 5th inning. 6-3 the put out right there. Pooter hasn't had much to do. His first put out recorded of the afternoon. A lot of stuff to the right side. Brings up Charlie Sutherland, 1 for 2 today, a single, and then struck out swinging. And he goes back up the box underneath a diving Pooter. And so Sutherland is aboard for the second time this afternoon with a ringing single. First pitch just goes right back up the box past Call. So that'll bring up Dylan Manchester. 1 for 2, the big blow, an RBI single, as you see, just beautiful piece of hitting by Sutherland. Sutherland kept his head still and just drove it right back up the middle. 2 on, 1 out, 1-0 Duluth East leads. They run, first pitch, throw to second. They tagged him and it's safe. Call gesturing to the umpire at first base. The second base umpire called him safe. Pooter wants him to consult with the first base umpire. He thought he got him with the sweep tag. But to no avail. Now they're going to say they're going to talk about it. As you see the runner going, Pooter, even though the throw was late, Pooter thought that he got the tag. And the call is upheld. So the runner is safe. Pooter thought that he managed to sweep the tag on to Cole as he ran by. Or Sutherland, rather, as he ran by. First time Duluth East has stolen today against Joe Beckman. First attempt. Puts runner in scoring position for Manchester, who stands in and looks at a called for a strike. Critical for A.J. Call to pitch around this danger. 2 out, runner on second, 0-1 the count. The pitch. Taken high to even it at 1 apiece. Terrific crew at North Metro TV has another angle of that tag, and as you see here, does indeed look like he got him on that left pocket. The ump was right there, to be fair. And I'm not sure if he was just shielded by Pooter's body so he didn't see it, but it certainly looked like Pooter's athleticism looked like he made an athletic play and indeed applied that tag despite the throw being to the first base side of second base. But regardless, the call stands. So Sutherland leads off from second. Calls ahead in the count, 1-2. Call comes set, checks the runner. Sutherland dancing off second, and time is called. We got a freeze frame of the tag right here. As you see the replay, and there it is right there. You can see on that left back pocket. It's so hard to see from here, though. It gets away from Beckman, meanwhile, and allows Sutherland to move up to third. So Charlie Sutherland stands at third on the pass ball. Now A.J. Call's got to settle in with the count 2-2, 2 out, and a runner at third. Sutherland has really trying to get in Call's head. He sets. Beckman tried to steal that strike, but the umpire wouldn't bite. So the count runs full, 3-2. 2 outs to Dylan Manchester. You got to be very careful right here. Call sets. Runner leads away from third. Swung on and missed a massive strikeout for A.J. Call to end the 5th inning. Greyhounds get a hit, but they leave a runner. We head to the bottom of the inning. Still 1-0 Duluth East.
We in Spring Lake Park believe in building a strong and safe community. Our city moves onward and upward while holding on to our traditions and roots. We maintain a small town feel even though we are nestled next to the big city. We believe in being good neighbors and building community with safe neighborhoods. And we believe in citizenry and promote being active both physically and socially. We in Spring Lake Park love to play and believe in having an abundance of parks, playgrounds, and green space so that everyone can take a moment to enjoy the natural beauty that surrounds us. We believe in educating our children well, so we use the most advanced tools of learning to ensure continued success and bright futures. We promote athletics to keep our children fit and healthy and build a sense of teamwork. We in Spring Lake Park believe in providing a good, stable home for industry and small business to thrive. We have a large variety of successful businesses that have found continued success and benefit from excellent visibility off Highway 65. And a large customer base, as we are located only 15 minutes outside of downtown Minneapolis. Come visit us in Spring Lake Park, and you will see why we believe our city is one of a kind.
One and one the count as we start the 5th inning. Elliott Bush singled and was stranded at second, and he wallops that out to left field. That's going to get down over the center fielder's head. Bush falls down as he rounds first base. He'll still pull up into second with a stand-up double to lead off the 5th inning, but he could have been standing on third had he not stumbled coming around first. Bush has 2 of the 4 hits tonight for Blaine, but he absolutely crushed that. He's got a single and a steal, and that was a bad route taken by Sutherland, the center fielder. Bush stumbled and then recovered enough, and now he stands at second base with no outs. And the leadoff hitter, Adam Puder, standing in. Puder 0 for 2 today. First pitch swinging out to left field, and it's tracked down out there by Fladmark. Cade Fladmark does not advance the runner. Puder 0 for 3 today. Benny McDonald now with a chance. How about the bottom of the order for both of these teams? 4 for 4. McDonald 0 for 2 today, grounded out to the second baseman and then flew out to center field. Bush, who's already got 1 steal today, dancing off second base. Bengals trail it by a run, but they've got one of their fastest players on the base paths. Pitch taken high. McDonald ahead in the count, 2-0. Big chance here, especially with Damon Temke, the leading RBI man, coming up. That pitch bounced inside. It gets away from the catcher, and moving up to third base goes Bush. call that a wild pitch that allows Bush to move up to third. So now runner stands at third, the tying run, 90 feet away with the count 3-0 and 1 out. Wind starting to pick up here and temperatures cool. Pitch taken wide, and Benny McDonald aboard with a 4-pitch walk. So runners at the corners for Damon Temke, who's 1 for 2. He singled in the first, was stranded at second, and then popped out, or lined out, I should say. Kind of a cue shot to the shortstop, Cole, in the third. Best scoring chance of the day for Blaine. Temke, first pitch swinging. He slices that down the left field line, but it falls foul. Bush stands at third. McDonald at first. Checking the runner at first. Runner goes, fouled off down the left field line. Temke hoping it gets out, and it does. Lind struck out the side after allowing a leadoff single in the fourth inning. He could really use a strikeout right here. Damon Temke, with runners at the corners, awaits the 0-2 pitch from Lind. A lot of activity on the base paths today. Benny McDonald certainly speedy enough. He's already taken off once. Temke sees the signs and stands back in. Lind sets. The pitch. Hammered out to center field rather. Coming in is Sutherland. He'll make the catch. Is it deep enough to score the run? The throw home. It is! Bush comes across to tie the game at 1. Wandering off second base and getting tagged though is McDonald. McDonald took too far of a turn. Got caught wandering off second, but not before the game-tying run. So Blaine gets a couple hits, a sac fly, and we head to the 6th inning, tied at 1 here in Blaine.
When I got the opportunity to get her, there wasn't no choice. I told myself, I'm gonna take custody of my daughter. It's my baby. That's what we're supposed to do as men. Take care of our home, build a foundation, you know what I'm saying? Love, our money, she's my purpose. I'm here to walk with her, hold her hand until she can walk alone. Ain't nothing like being a father in this world.
Back here at the Blaine Baseball Complex, the Bengals get a leadoff double and a walk and a crazy sequence of events. And runners at the corners for Damon Temke, who lofted really popped it up almost. Sutherland came in, you see, easily deep enough with his arm, but it was off the mark, and Bush forced a good throw. He crossed the plate, and then what we didn't show you was Benny McDonald took too wide a turn around second, fell down, and was thrown out. So Duluth East gets out of the inning with a double play, but not before the game-tying run crosses. And it's 1-1 as we begin the 6th inning. A.J. Call still on the bump. Call with 7 strikeouts this afternoon. 7 strikeouts and not a single walk. He's also allowed base runners in every inning. That one taken for a strike. To even the count at 1 apiece. 1-1 our score. Dane Fladmark today, 1 for 2. It'll be Fladmark, Nick, and Fladmark, just as it was in the 2nd inning. On the ground is short. Pooter bobbles it, and the first runner's aboard. That looked very routine for the sure-handed junior, but Pooter bottled it and allowed the leadoff runner to reach. E6. Kind of set himself, and then it just took a funny hop on him and right through the wickets. So now the leadoff runner is aboard for the third time today in 6 innings. Cole has been pitching from the stretch seemingly most of the day. Joe Nick stands in. Nick 0 for 2, flying out to right and struck out. Tries to lay down a bunt down the left field line. And instead goes right to the Blaine dugout. Bottom of the order has done some damage, including Bjorn Lind, the pitcher, 2 for 2. May see him make a plate appearance in this inning. That's a called strike, much to the displeasure of Nick as he turned to bunt and then pulled it back and took a strike anyway. One run, 7 hits, no errors for Duluth East. 1 run, 4 hits, 1 error for Blaine. 0-2 the count. Runner stands at first. Call comes set. That's taken high. Call losing the feel for that breaking ball. A great game this afternoon between the 2 and the 7 seed here in Section 7. That pitch misses high. Feels like Call's kind of left that arm hang out, not snapped off that curveball. And when he's missed high. Counts even 2 apiece with a runner at first. The pitch. Nick fouls it off to stay alive. Cade Fladmark stands in the on-deck circle. We're in the top of the 6th here. Wind starting to blow, temperature dipping into the mid-60s. Calls 2-2. And that's roped into left field, a base hit. First 2 runners of the 6th inning aboard for Duluth East. It was a hanging breaking ball, and Nick just roped it over the third baseman's head into left field for his first base hit of the afternoon. Nothing cheap about that, just dumped it out there in front of Moyne. So Cade Fladmark stands in. Struck out swinging and grounded out to first. He turns to bunt and then takes that for a ball. Dane Fladmark stands at second, Joe Nick at first. Some consultation between the catcher and the dugout, and it's going to be a pitching coach visit. First of the afternoon for either team. Just trying to settle A.J. Call down. Don't want him to fall behind with 2 on and nobody out. As we said, Duluth East has had traffic on the base paths every inning. All 6 innings this afternoon. Trying to set things up defensively as well. Cade Fladmark, the sophomore left fielder. Bjorn Lind to follow. As we said, he's 2 for 2 with a couple sharp singles. Only 1 extra base hit for Duluth East, and only one for Blaine. The pitch, turn and bunt. On the third base line, they'll go to third and get the lead runner there. Didn't look like he was even running that hard. But a nice play made by Beckman. I think if he could have done it again, Cade Fladmark might have tried to lay it down a little more sharply, but he popped it up. And that allowed Beckman to make the easy play at third to get the lead runner at the first out of the inning. One to five, or 2 to 5, I should say, as that time was taken before Call delivered that pitch. Joe Nick stands at second now. Cade Fladmark, the fielder's choice, at first. Bjorn Lind, a sophomore pitcher. He singled twice and was stranded at first both times. Call's pitch taken on the outside corner for a strike, and Lind can't say much about that because he's gotten that call all day. Runners at first and second, 1 out. The pitch. Back up the middle, a base hit. They'll wave Nick home. Throw to the plate, not in time. Duluth East takes a 2-1 lead. Bjorn Lind, his third single of the day, 3 for 3, and that RBI base knock gives the Greyhounds a 2-1 lead. First pitch, or second pitch he saw, right back up the box. It was a good throw home by Bush, but just a half second too late as Nick came around from second to score. A huge RBI single for Bjorn Lind to help his own cause. He's helped his own cause all day. So runners still at first and second. Blaine trailing at 2-1 with 2 on and 1 out. Dylan Teachworth, the catcher, stands in. He ended the second with a swinging strikeout, and he lined out to the third baseman to end the fourth. Call could use another one of those strikeouts right here. Top of the order has been productive today as well for Duluth East in terms of hits, so definitely the guy you want to get right here. Call's 0-2, swung on and missed. Strike 3, and Teachworth knew it. Big second out, recorded by Call, his 8th K of the day. Turns over the order for Dylan Cole. 1 for 3 with a run. Also struck out looking and flew out to center field in his last plate appearance. We're in the 6th. AJ Call trying to pitch around traffic on the base paths. That goes through the legs of Beckman. Throw down to third, not in time, and Fladmark able to slide in safely. Runners move up 90 feet. That one just trickling through the legs of Joe Beckman. So now runners stand at second and third for Dylan Cole. The sophomore shortstop wraps it on the ground. Charging, throw to first, Powers, it's low, it gets away. 2 runs are gonna score. Duluth East doubles its advantage, it's 4-1. It was a tough play, kind of a Texas chopper to Powers at third. He gloved it, tried to make the throw, he just kind of reached out and tapped it, and it was always going to be tough with the speedy Cole. Powers hurried the throw, it got underneath Temke's glove, and that allowed 2 runs to come around to score, 3 in the inning, and the overthrow allows Cole to move up to second base. They are charging an error on Powers. the ground. Pooter slides to make the play. And he wisely decides to eat it rather than make a risky throw. Runners now stand at the corners. It's a single for Hudoba. His first base hit of the game. And all of a sudden, Charlie Sutherland stands in. They announced Manchester, but it's actually Charlie Sutherland. Another guy that's dangerous. 2 for 3 today, 2 singles and a strikeout as we've got action in the bullpen. And indeed, that's going to be the end of the day for A.J. Cole. We'll step aside, tell you about the new pitcher in a moment. Duluth East leads 4-1 here in the 6th. Benny McDonald comes in from right field, I should say, to pass, to take over for A.J. Call. Give him a lefty look to face the left-hander in Charlie Sutherland. Runners stand at the corners as Dylan Cole stands at third and Hudoba at first, and Benny McDonald 2-3 on the season, a 3.18 ERA. You look at those really impressive strikeout to walk numbers, 25 and 3. His 9th appearance out of the bullpen, so Donald says he's ready to go, and he'll face a dangerous hitter in Charlie Sutherland. The junior center fielder, 2 for 3, couple singles, stranded both times, a couple singles and a steal. RBI single for Dylan Cole. Four hits in the inning, 4 singles have allowed Duluth East to open this game up as Sutherland swings first pitch and fouls it away. A.J. Call's numbers, 5 2/3 innings, 11 hits, 4 runs, no walks, 8 strikeouts, as his day is done. And we'll close the book on him. McDonald's ahead, 0-2, swung on and missed. He gets the strikeout to retire the side, but Duluth East manages to score on an error, 4 singles. They leave 2. We head to the bottom of the 6th. The Greyhounds on top by 3.
An apple core or potato peels. That leftover pizza you promised you'd eat. Ew. Those dirty napkins and paper towels. Stop treating us like garbage. Did you know up to 30% of what you're throwing away could be composted? Composting gives your discards new life, which can be used to improve soil. To learn more about the new organics drop-off programs available throughout the county and get your free starter kit, go to anokacounty.us/organics.
As you see A.J. Call in the dugout thinking things over, nearly got through 6, scattered 11 hits, got 8 strikeouts, but he also gave up 4 runs. Obvious frustration. Double elimination, obviously, in baseball, so, and still 2 innings to work with for Blaine. But they've got a tough customer to deal with in Bjorn Lind, who has been just as impressive with the bat. 3 for 3 with 3 singles, including a huge RBI single to give Duluth East the lead. Now he goes back to work on the bump. And first pitch swinging, grounded to second base. Nick makes the play. And 1 pitch, 1 out here in the 6th inning as Pettis is retired. Brings up Joey Powers. Single to lead off the 4th inning. 1 for 2 this afternoon. Pettis, one of many frustrated Bengals. What I was going to say is even if Blaine were to fall in this game, first pitch swinging, belted out. Sutherland camps under it in center field and makes the catch. 2 pitches, 2 outs. I wonder if Blaine's starting to press a little bit, knowing that they trail. Be a happy bus ride home for Duluth East. Jackson Koenig stands in and he looks at a called strike. He's 0 for 2 today. Popped out to the shortstop and struck out swinging. And how much would Bjorn Lind love a 1-2-3 inning right here? And a quick one at that. This at-bat's taken a little longer than the other 2, but after Duluth East regained the lead quickly, retook the lead, Blaine tied it in the bottom of the 5th, and right back came the Greyhounds. 3 in the top of the 6th to take a 4-1 lead. Koenig, the designated hitter, draws a walk. Only clean inning for either pitcher this afternoon was that 3rd inning where Lind set them down 1-2-3. Otherwise, there's been walks or hits in every inning. Pinch hitter now for Blaine. And of course they didn't announce him. Swung on and missed. Pinch hitting for Isaac Moyne. Garrett Stoffaker, 324 on the season, the junior. It's a lot of playing time as he swings through that one and quickly falls behind in the count 0-2. Thrown on to first and Koenig back. Bengals 4 outs away from falling to 14-7 on the season and having to make their way back through the elimination bracket. Stoffaker reaches down and fouls that one off to the left, which is doable, but it's hard. You've got to go on some kind of run. Need to have pitching depth, which Blaine does. You don't have very much of a margin for error, obviously, when every game is a must-win. Duluth East poised to face the winner of Coon Rapids and Centennial, should they be able to hang on. Great contact by Stoffaker down the line, and what a play made. Beautiful catch made out there by Hudoba to retire the side. Duluth East works around a 2-out walk. 1 left, no hits. Hudoba, the defensive star. It's been that kind of day for Duluth East.
it go, and I think that's alright. Let me dream, oh, a girl can dream, and maybe it's not as crazy as it seems. Me loving you, you loving me right back. And now cut me some slack. Oh, 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 oh.
Dylan Manchester, the hitter, and as Benny McDonald goes to work after recording the strikeout to end the 6th inning, he quickly gets ahead of the cleanup hitter for the Greyhounds. 0-2. On the ground in between third and short, and it's the second hit of the day for Manchester, who's 2 for 4. Just went with the pitch. That brings up Dane Fladmark. Duluth East has had base runners every inning, all 7 innings here. Fladmark, as you see, singled and reached on an air. Been on base twice today. And he takes a called strike. Couple more righties to face McDonald before a lefty. Really gets a lot behind that in that windup, and McDonald has gotten ahead of each of the 3 hitters he's faced, including Vladmar. Joe Nick stands on deck. McDonald's curveball bends in there across for strike 3. That just hooked down and landed softly right in the middle of the plate, and he records the first out via called strike. Sets down Dane Fladmark looking. Again, he's not a big guy, but he gets a lot behind his pitches as he has Joe Nick swinging and missing, sophomore second baseman. A big single in the 6th rather, came around to score the go-ahead run for Duluth East. McDonald's pitch catches the inside corner for a called strike. Nick has also struck out and flied out to right. That single was solid, and then he was able to come around and score. He reaches out and pokes that one foul. And again, McDonald ahead in the count, 0-2. McDonald checks the runner and delivers. Very similar to the pitch he just got a called third strike on, but that one misses. Cade Fladmark in the on-deck circle. McDonald's 1-2 is high with a fastball, and the count evens at 2. We're in the top of the 7th. 1 out, 1 on. Swung. Beg your pardon, I thought that was a strike. That was actually a full count. That pitch taken high. So Nick works the count full. McDonald's delivery. Bounce back to Pooter. He'll step on second, over to first. Gate pick by Temke for the double play. So McDonald faces the minimum in the 7th. Last at bats for Blaine coming up. They trail it 4-1.
Washy, wash your hands. Scrub them while you sing this song. Wash. Rub your hands and fingers and the places in between. Using soap and water makes your hands so clean. Wash your hands. Great job, you're almost done. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, now dry.
Wash your hands for 20 seconds, just like Elmo.
Bjorn Lind, the sophomore for Duluth East, has been the man of the hour, the man of the day. 3 for 3. With an RBI and poised to pitch a complete game against the second seed in Section 7, who is in danger of falling in the opening game of this Section 7 playoffs. Blaine has one more at bat, though. Adam Anderson leads things off. Anderson pitch hitting for the catcher, Joe Beckman. And he looks at a called strike to even it at 1 apiece. Anderson, .316 hitter, 7 walks, and a .519 on-base percentage to lead the Bengals, which is why he's leading off this inning. Not a power hitter, but he knows how to get aboard, and he's ahead in the count, 3-1, 3-1. Right now, the Bengals need base runners. He takes that high, and Anderson crouched down and took several high strikes in that, and he works a walk. Does exactly what the Bengals needed him to do, Anderson does. You can see why he gets on base more than half of his plate appearance. So Elliot Bushman steps in. He's 2 for 2 today with a stolen base and a run. You better believe Lind will be close. Look at Lind's numbers, 6 innings, scattered 4 hits. He's definitely issued his share of walks, but he's also struck out 6 and gotten some timely strikeouts. Nice pick back there by the catcher, Teachworth. Fortunate that didn't go to the backstop. You know Lind will keep Anderson close, try to negate the running game, which Blaine has stolen 3 bases today. That's taken across over the middle for a called strike. Top of the order will be next with the shortstop, Adam Pooter. Blaine trying to force extras with what would be a spectacular comeback. No activity in the Duluth East bullpen as the count runs to 2-1. Bengals just need base runners. Pickoff throw to first. Anderson back in safely. The pitch, ooh, looked outside, but they got it. Evens the count at 2 apiece. And again, in fairness to the home plate umpire, he's called that all afternoon. High strike called for, instead it's wrapped on the ground. Shortstop can't come up with it. We'll see if they rule that an infield single or an error on Cole. Regardless, runners are at first and second. I think that is a play he would feel he could make or should make. They're going to give a hit. So Elliot Bush on with his 3rd base hit of the day. 3 for 3 for Bush in that ninth spot. That brings up Adam Pooter. Duluth East dugout. Directing traffic with runners at first and second. The speedy Anderson and the speedier Bush. And that pitch taken at the waist. And you just see Teachworth turn around and ask where that was. Pooter 0 for 3 today. Takes another high strike. He struck out in the first, lined out to the first baseman, and flew out to left. 2 on, nobody out, 2-0 the count. Lind's pitch, fouled on back. Pooter right on it. And it's so good for Blaine in this inning in that they've gotten their 2 guys at the bottom of the order and allowed the lineup on base and allowed the lineup to turn over. So top of the order guys right now. Pooter fouls it off down the right field line. into right field, dumped in front of the right fielder. They'll hold Anderson at third. Pooter with his first base hit of the day, and the Bengals, trailing by 3, have the first 3 runners aboard. No time like the present. Last at bats for Blaine, and they've gotten the first 3 runners aboard. There is activity in the Duluth East bullpen as Lucas Niska warming up for the Greyhounds. And they send the pitching coach out to talk to Lind and the defense. Smart hold, I think, at third, but Pooter just went the other way with it, got on base, did what a leadoff hitter has to do, dumped it out there in front of Dean Flanmark, as you see Niska warming up. And in a hurry, because Lind, this is really the first inning that he is the most trouble he's been in all afternoon. And for Blaine, you've got the most dangerous hitters in your order coming up. 2, 3, 4 in McDonald, Temke, and Pettis. Looks like Niska is ready. And in fact, they have made a move. They have made a move, and they've brought in Dean Hudoba from third to take over. So Lind, they're not messing around. Lind allowed the first 3 base runners of this bottom of the 7th to reach, and Hudoba comes in from third to try to close it out for the Greyhounds. Senior hurler, third baseman, so you know he's got the arm. He'll be brought in to face McDonald, Temke, and Pettis. Of course, McDonald and Temke bat from the left side. Lind walked Anderson to lead off the inning, then allowed a single to Elliott Bush and a single to Adam Pooter. And now the Bengals threatening, trailing by 3. And if there was ever a time for some timely hits, it's now. McDonald stands in. He came on in relief and did a nice job shutting down this Greyhounds offense. First pitch swinging out to right field. Flanmark makes the catch. Runner Anderson tags from third. Runners move up to third, and Blaine gets a run back as Anderson crosses the plate on the sac fly. So McDonald does his job. It's one of the runs across. Now there's runners at the corners. Pooter still stands at first after that sac fly RBI to right field. Damon Temke stands in. Curveball bounced in. Good block behind the plate by Teachworth. Temke sac fly in his last at bat. He's 1 for 2 today. Single in the first. Popped out to the shortstop. He's had good plate appearances in all 3 of his at bats. Hudoba checks the runner at first. Duluth East out hitting Blaine 2-1. 4 runs on 12 hits. Bengals 2 runs on 6 hits and a couple errors. Hudoba's curveball loops in high. So Temke ahead in the count, 2-0. As we said, 1 for 2 today with a sac fly RBI. Runners at the corners. For Duluth East, that runner at third matters, but not nearly as much, obviously, as the runner on first. Tying runs aboard for Blaine. They trail 4-2 here in the bottom of the 7th. Temke in a 3-0 count, swinging on 3-0, and he fouls it off down the left field line near the Bengals bullpen. You would take a walk here. Just need base runners. Runners at first and third. 3-1 the count on Damon Temke. That pitch taken high, and Temke draws a walk. So the base is now loaded for the cleanup hitter, Ethan Pettis, who's due. Pettis 1 for 2 today. He's walked, struck out, and grounded out to the second baseman. He'll have a pinch runner, Cole Schmidt, as manager Ted Erickson continues to shuffle things around. Good at bat for Damon Temke. 2 reaches of base, 1 for 2 on the day. He's reached base twice and an RBI single. Pettis, meanwhile, walked in the first, struck out in the third, and grounded out to second to lead off the sixth. Swings and misses as at that first offering from Hudobah. Base is loaded. Swung on and missed, and Pettis fanned at that one. The Bengals cleanup hitter anxious to make an impact. Falls behind 0-2 in the count with 1 out, and the bases loaded here in the bottom of the 7th. Hudobah from the windup. The pitch, fouled right back. Pettis right on it. Big spot here, a base hit could drive in the game-tying runs. Pettis calls time. Dean Hudobah in relief for Bjorn Lind. Rocks and fires, and again fouled off right in front of our broadcast position here at the Blaine Baseball Complex. Joey Powers waits on deck. The 0-2 pitch. Again fouled off, and this is a quality at bat from Ethan Pettis, who's fighting to stay alive. Pettis leads the team in RBIs and an average from that cleanup spot. Hudobah trying to put him away. The pitch. Again fouled back by Pettis. 8th pitch of the at-bat coming up. Bases full of Bengals. And again, Hudobah taking too long for Pettis' liking. Swung on and missed the curveball. Pettis swung right through it. And a huge strikeout for Dean Hudobah and Duluth East. A tough day for Ethan Pettis. 2 strikeouts as just swung right over the top. That was the put-away pitch for Dean Hudobah. Big second out, and now it's up to Joey Powers to drive in the game-tying runs. Bases loaded. 2 out. Hudobah misses low. Powers today, a single, a strikeout, and a flyout. 1 for 3. Hudobah misses wide. And so Powers finds himself ahead in the count, 2-0. Just needs to get a run in, just needs base runners right now. Powers looks at that pitch wide. Hudobah wanted it. Didn't look close from our vantage point. Hudobah missing with the curveball, and now Powers, you would have to think, will be taking on 3-0. The pitch. A 4-pitch walk, and Blaine finds itself just a run down as Hudobah walks in the 3rd run of the game for Blaine. Bush crosses the plate. RBI walk for Joey Powers. And now Jackson Koenig, the designated hitter, with a chance to be the hero. 4-3 our score, bases loaded. Koenig standing in from the left side, and Hudobah misses again. He threw nothing but strikes to Ethan Pettis, but now has missed on 5 straight. Koenig today 0 for 2. Koenig lines it down the right field line, but foul. 4-3, Blaine has scored 2 here in the bottom of the 7th. They've got the bases loaded with 2 outs, and Jackson Koenig, the designated hitter, at the plate. Koenig walked in his last appearance in the 6th. The 1-1. Called strike on the outside corner with the curveball. Not sure Koenig liked it, but faces a 1-2 hole. With 2 outs and the bases loaded, the Bengals trailing by a run. The pitch inside to even the count at 2 apiece. High drama here at the baseball complex in Blaine. The 2-2. Not even close with that curveball, and the count runs full. Full count, bases loaded. Blaine trailing by a run. Has to be a strike. Runners take off. It's called strike 3 on the inside corner. Koenig can't believe it. Hudobah is jubilant. And Duluth East, the 7th seed in Section 7, comes on the road to upset the 2nd seed Blaine in the opener of this Section 7 playoffs by a score of 4-3. Player of the game for the Greyhounds, Bjorn Lind, and we'll take a look at this last pitch here as Jackson Koenig, the runners go. Hudobah fires a fastball. It looked low and inside from here, but it was enough for a called strike 3. You can see Koenig can't believe it. And the two teams shake hands here. Blaine leaves them loaded in the bottom of the 7th. So the Bengals fall here at home by a final of 4-3. A.J. Call, valiant, but ultimately the Bengals just did not get their offense going early enough against Bjorn Lind, who was 3 for 3, the sophomore, and until the last inning, pitched a magnificent game. Eventually, Dean Hudobah comes in to close it out for Duluth East, and the Greyhounds move on to face the winner of Centennial and Coon Rapids. Tough one here today for the Bengals. They still have another game to play here in the Section 7 playoffs. Their season's not over, but they face an uphill climb to keep their season alive after falling here at home in the Section 7 playoff opener by a final of 4-3. Thanks to Director Ted LaRue and our entire crew at North Metro TV, I'm Bill Hupp saying good evening from Blaine, where again the Bengals can't complete the comeback. They fall to Duluth East here at home by a final of 4-3.